Get the real facts. Listen to the real interviews. Share your real thoughts with Andre Donald on Real Expressions, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., Monday to Friday. It's all about Real Expressions.
Sit down in computer. You only do with a code and never get agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. Till you just know my brothers. All you read them computers. Lad, all over the world you go, agriculture is number one. Precisely so rich.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the world.
And
My name is Andre Donald, of course.
well,
And
education you have managed.
together we can have a fantastic morning. But of course, we must pray for all those who are afflicted. Pray for where there's war. Pray to have peace throughout the world. And pray for you and for me. And to lead us in prayer this morning, we ask Brother Chester Bandy David. Bandy, good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Donald. It's a joy to just be in God's presence and to just honor Him for who He is. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, and I'm grateful this morning to just be in the best station, Real FM, because we serve a real God. Father, we give you praise this morning that we can be in our right mind to look to you for direction, Lord. We thank you for waking us up this morning. God, you knows the beginning of this day and the end, but we don't know because He's in control. This morning, God, we lift our nation before you, Grenada, Calico, and Peter Matthew. We bring every sickness of God of this nation before you. Lord, every boy, every girl, we lay them before you this morning. We pray, God, that their hearts would be, God, to know you and to live for you. God, in the book of John, it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. God, to know you, you must spend time with your Word. I pray, Lord, that the Holy Spirit, Lord, will saturate every congregation in our nation. God, we as believers, we are responsible for our homes. We are responsible for our community. We are responsible for Green Caribbean. Spirit of a living God, your Spirit, Lord, oh God, is absent in so many churches these days. Oh, revive us again. I pray, God, that believers will be examples in the community. Lord, yesterday I was in a parental meeting at McDonald College, and my heart burns to hear, Lord, God, that school these days is where drugs have become a business, Lord, by young children. Oh God, we can turn this around if we only help them to God to look to you for direction. This morning I lift Mr. Donald. Oh God, only by your strength, Lord, morning by morning, he can come, oh God, to do this program. We thank you for the agricultural program. Every Thursday morning, God, that we would understand the importance, how important it is that we should eat what we grow. and grow what we eat. I grew up as a little boy in mountains, Lord, and the natural food, tell me, vegetables that we used to have, Lord, they are rare. And I thank you for
Vandy? Hello? Okay, it seems that Brother Chester. Okay, let's go back to him. Yes, Bandy? Oh, Chester, are you there?
yeah, I'm like that.
Okay, you just disappear on me just like that, man?
The internet just dropped on me.
Oh, okay. So we're back. So you can proceed again.
Yeah, but I just, the enemy not this morning. I thank you, God, that we can come in your presence, Lord. Lord, I thank you that we can leave the young ones before you, Lord. Lord, I thank you for this radio station. God, continue to be with Mr. Donald, that this station can be a beacon, God, to edify and to uplift and to, oh God, to teach those of us in our nation, especially those of us in St. Patrick's, Lord. We are responsible, Lord, and I thank you that I can be a part of that, Lord, to just any boy, any girl, any mother, any father to know you. So, Father, this morning, we bring everything under your subjection, Lord. I think about his daughter who, called him the other day and said, Daddy, I was calling you. But what you don't know, Lord, we always call upon you for those who is in the air, those on sea, those on land. Oh, I thank you for the prayer warriors, Lord. Every morning, Miss Patterson, Miss Sister Annette, and many others, Lord, John Stink, and all those who take part of this ministry every morning, that your name will be glorified. So, Father, this morning I pray for this program that you're going to have your way. And at the end, Lord, we as a people, Lord, will learn how important it is to be able to eat the right food in our body so your name will be glorified. I want to thank you for Mr. Donald. I pray for the entire staff this morning. I pray for love and unity among them. Those who are, I just think about Maggie and his family, the wife's family, Lord. Oh God, comfort them in a time of bereavement. Those who lost loved ones, Lord. When life, Lord, take unexpected turns, the best place to be is in your presence. So, Father, have your way today. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Good morning, Brother David. How are you this morning?
Man, I'm just excited. I'm not that I have to even speak up after that time of prayer. I need to come over when I look at it.
You're sort of echoing there, and I'm trying to figure out why. What's going on?
Or maybe I even
You
is it?
could remove me from speakerphone and come back in your ear. That will sound a lot better for me.
But I did that now.
You're right. Good. You sounding better. You sound like a good guy now.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Tell me.
But but Mr. Donald, my heart was moved yesterday. I was in a meeting at Magnolia College for parental meeting, and we have to be able to. I encouraging every parent that listening this morning, pay attention to your children because we are responsible for them and the future. Belief follow action, and if we don't teach them the right things, they will react, and when they react, it will have consequences behind.
Okay.
I would use this phrase, Dre, that if we don't pay attention to our children, the areas of our focus are the areas of our reward. The areas of our neglect are going to be the areas of our pain. And a lot of parents are neglecting. And you know what happened in the community of Monkridge a couple of days ago? So I just pray that we spend time to guide the young ones these days. They're very, very important for the future of the building of our nation. God bless you, my brother.
Well, Bandy, God bless you too. And just to add my two bits to this, I keep saying to parents, yes, I talk a lot of politics and stuff, but I keep saying to parents that the most important thing in their life should be the son or the daughter. And to the guardians, the child in your care is so very important. But outside of that, Bandy, these parents and guardians, outside of them paying attention, because they cannot be everywhere.
True.
They cannot be everywhere. And they must know and understand that if somebody comes to tell you something that they saw, I'm not saying to them to believe it wholesale, but I'm saying to them
Mm-hmm.
to give the person a listening ear and
Mm-hmm.
then do
Mm-hmm.
their own investigation to find out what is. Too many times in this day and age, you see a parent, especially the mother, and you tell them something that you saw, or you give them a story that you heard, and they cuss you off. And parents have to start. And I don't know if they're going to do it again, but they really need to again start looking at the bigger picture.
Because I heard, as you mentioned that day, I heard one of the parents who had a little son when the police pick up at Monkridge, you know, I had to go at the police in the morning, you know what I mean, when she go there. I mean, that don't solve any problem, you know? And this in itself is just adding more fuel to the fire, you
Well,
know?
having
And
a
if I son
go
look,
having a go at the police definitely will not solve a problem. And
come on.
what we have to do, if your child comes in contact with the police, having a go at the police on the site is not going to solve the problem. Having a go at the police, if you go to the police station, is definitely not going to solve the problem. The best thing you can do is to find out. Let it happen. Let the police go with the child, be it male, female, whatever. Let the police go with the child. Then you find out from the police where the child is and what is the charge that has been brought against
I
the
said,
child. And then you find a lawyer. That's what you do. There's nothing
yes,
else to
this
do.
is correct.
There's nothing else to do. And I'm saying, as I mentioned the word lawyer, Bandy, you know a lot more about our village. And when I say our village, you know a lot more about our village than I do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask this question. Do we have a lawyer who is from that village?
Not to my knowing.
Not to your knowing. We may have other things. We may have other professions, but we do not have a lawyer coming out of Montridge. And this is me speaking to that child who's listening right now. Could be your son, Bandy, could be your daughter. And they'd realize, hold on, we don't have a lawyer from Montridge. We don't have a doctor from Montridge. Why can't I be the first doctor from Montridge? Why can't I
That's so cool.
be the first lawyer from Montridge? I tell them one thing, they can't be the first person to go to jail from Montridge because there is somebody in there already. So you don't have to strive to be that. You cannot be the first person to go to jail, but you can be the first doctor.
correct.
You can be the first lawyer out of Montridge. And I'm saying to the younger ones, the ones going to school now, realize that this morning you can make that turnaround. Realize that this morning you can say, I want to be the first doctor. I want to be the first lawyer. I want to be the first quantity surveyor. I want to be the first surveyor out of Montridge. Be the first in that. You can't be the first person to go to jail anymore. Forget that.
Yeah.
There is somebody who has that accolade already. The first person to go to jail from Montridge. I don't know who it is, and I really don't want to know who it is. And I hope and pray that that person is not in jail at this particular point in time. I love my village too much for that. So I'm saying we need to know who's going to be the first doctor coming out of Montridge.
Thanks again, man.
One love, Bandy. And let Montridge know, Bandy. Let Montridge know that they've got people like Rodney James. They got people like Bevan Stanislaus and his wife, and Rodney's wife, of course. They've got people like Chester Bandy David. They got people like Rick Cato. They got people like Andre Donald. They got people like Stedman, who is so steadfast in the community. And no matter that Gabe is sick these days, but they got people like Godwin Phillip, although he's not from Montreal, he's from Shantimel, but we like him still. Bandy, let people know that we are all from Montreal and we are proud to be from. One of the best bus drivers on the western side is Spider. He's from the belly of Montreal. Do you understand? Yeah. And we've got others. We've got wonderful people. We have the best water in the world. So we could have we could have a lot of other best things in the world. Montridge, I love you. Of course. Bandy, go on, man. Leave me alone this morning. Yeah.
One love.
One love, brother. Take care.
Yes. Agriculture is the number one.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the world.
Number one.
Theresa Joseph, top of the morning to you. Patsy Frank, how you doing? Jerome Kenneth Lewis. Maxine Belfon, top of the morning to you and my dear darling Jackie Raymond. What's up, Jackie? How you doing, girl?
I'm talking to the
Cecily Celestine, good morning. And good morning also to Alban Harris.
We get
Claude Abraham, top of the morning to you, and also to Kathleen Knights. And Mary Grant. Hey, love you guys. Drumsticks, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. I read from the word of God, Psalm 100. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that made us and not ourselves. We are the people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name. For the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting and his truth endure to all generations. This is the end of the scripture reading this morning.
Well, thank you, my darling. And how are you today?
Not too bad. I'm good.
Everybody go already?
Vivian, yes.
I'll find out here a cough. That will ask you that, and I'll find out here a cough in the back dinner.
Yeah, Vivian,
tell her good morning for me.
Yes, I will.
All right, take care of yourself.
You have a nice day.
All right, Jomas. Okay, great. Deborah LeBeau, good morning to you. How are you doing? Theresa Joseph Insider Teo, good morning. How are you doing, my dear? Here's hoping that you guys will have a wonderful day. It's Thursday. On Thursdays, we really and truly want to dedicate it towards agriculture. We want to make it, I tell you what, we are going to make Thursdays the biggest agricultural day in Grenada. We are going to make Thursdays the biggest agricultural day in Grenada. How are we going to do that? With your help. With your help, we are going to do this. We are going to invite more people to the program. And because we have the StreamYard and the internet, of course, provided by Flow, because we have that, what we can do, friends, is to have people from all over speaking to us about different agricultural practices. And as I said, you don't have to be in the studios. Once you have internet in your locale, we just send you the link and that's it. As a matter of fact, we are supposed to be sending a link out to Dr. Entwine shortly. Don't know if he'll be able to join us today, but at least he will get the link. I'm expecting Joshua to be by us this morning. And once Joshua is here with us, then we'll be able to speak to Joshua. BJ should be here. Dalton, I think Dalton is back on island, but I'm not too sure whether or not he'll be able to be with us this morning, but I think he's back on island. So we, together with BJ, Dr. Entwine, Joshua, Dalton, we're going to make this in 2025. We're going to make this the biggest agricultural program. We're going to, of course, reach out to the Ministry for Health of Agriculture. Why do I say health? I must be getting crazy. But yeah, maybe agriculture needs some help. But we are going to reach out to the Ministry for Agriculture so that they would have an opportunity to give information as coming from the government as to what they're doing. Of course, the Minister of Agriculture, once he decides that he's going to come, yeah. Minister Chotai, yeah, Chotai can come here anytime. We will accept him. There's absolutely no reason why we wouldn't. Because Real FM is the realest of them all. Know that, learn that, and believe that. Real FM is the realest of them all. We want to be able to talk to every single man and woman as it relates to agriculture and how we can develop agriculture. Even Stan Phillip, he has a couple of things that he knows about agriculture that he can share with us. So, rest assured that this is what we are going to be doing in 2025. We say good morning to Gemma Warwood and Ann Andrews. Top of the morning to you. Chunky McIntyre, good morning to you. And hey, it's nice to notice you're on, and you're on pretty early this morning, Chunky. Nice to have you. Agnes Henry, good morning, Agnes. How are you doing this morning? Oh, Agnes is saying good morning, my Real FM family. Blessings to everyone. The surgery went well. And she's thanking every single one of us for our prayers. And we are so happy, Agnes, that you are resting comfortably after the surgery. And we thank the good Lord for blessing you. But most of all, we thank the good Lord for blessing the hands of those who are involved in your surgery. And we ask him to continue blessing them as they go forward and do other surgeries for other people. This is how we are at Real FM. We never stop thanking the Lord. Joycelyn Francois, how are you doing this morning, my dear? I trust that you're doing okay and that everything is fine. We've got the weather coming up. Stay with us.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one. Yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation. And those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man, Jack is and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You put me through with a code. And they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers. All you go with them computers.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Cara, Coupie, Martinique, too. And the friends in the Grenadines, how you doing this morning? Tobago. I understand Tobago's listening. Good morning to you guys there. But we got to say good morning to the premier lady this morning, Trisha Miller. Good morning, Trisha.
What an intro. Good morning to you, and how are you?
I'm all right. You know you get the best intro on Real FM. You know that. You know that. They can beat us with everything else, not with the intros. Tell us, my dear.
Good morning to you listeners of Real FM. It's a fair morning here at the airport. Winds are from the east-northeast at 14 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 1015.5 millibars, which is above the mean and it's rising. Present temperature 26.1 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 76%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30 degrees Celsius and the minimum temperature last night was 25.5 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, only 0.1 of a millimeter in rainfall was recorded here at the MBIA. This brings the total for the month so far to 70 millimeters. Now the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. The weather is expected to be generally fair and windy with a few light showers overnight. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 30.5 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate to rough, waves 7 to 10 feet in open waters. A marine advisory remains in effect. Tides will be high around 9 a.m. and low about 3 p.m. Sunset this evening at 6:05. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:32. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be generally fair and windy with a few light showers overnight. From the Met Office, Trisha Miller.
Thank you, Trish. But just before you go, Trish, your rain gauges and your temperature gauges, they're the same place down on the left when you come out of the office?
Yes, all the way down.
All the way down, yeah. I used to go there, when I was working security at the airport. Used to go there with the guys.
Used to go and do some off.
Yeah, I used to walk with White, go down there sometimes in the night when you're working, or maybe Peter Robinson.
They were scared or what?
No. It's just, maybe I was scared to be alone at the airport. Maybe I was scared of the security. But it used to be nice. Good company, you walk around, you do different patrols, you do foot patrols, you do vehicular patrols.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see, okay. I'm an airport boy. Yeah, there you go.
Well, you could have been here working with us.
No. Anyway, my dear, have a wonderful day, yeah?
Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
bye-bye. Great. It's real. It's 91.9. 91.5. Joe, good morning. I need to hear from you, Joe. I need a call from you, Joe. I know. Yeah, Joe, I need a call from you. And I need you to call me first this morning, Joe. Right now. You need to call me. Yeah. Why do you need to call me? Man, call me now, man. What's happened to you? You crazy? Don't sit down there asking yourself, why you want me to... No. Stop that, Joe. You need to stop assuming this. All right, just call me, okay? Yeah. If you call me, then you'll know why I want you to call me. All right. Kathleen Ledlow. Yo, I have a piece of serious kind of information, yeah? Joyce in Francois, good morning to you. And Faithlin Halley Douglas, good morning. How are you doing this morning? So at around, was it like after 5, minutes to 6 this morning, my phone rang. And around them times, there's sometimes I don't really bother with the phone, yeah? I just like, can't handle you right now. I'm trying to do something, get myself together so as to be able to come here to serve the greater good for the greater number of people. But anyway, I took the call, and it was my dear, sweet friend, Faithlin Halley Douglas. Not Kathleen Ledlow, Faithlin Halley Douglas. And I was like, yo, what's up? What you doing? How you doing? And she says, oh, Andre, good morning. How are you? I said, I'm okay. She says, well, I'm giving you a little call to let you know that I'm in the lands. I'm like, oh, okay, great. You're in the lands. And I'm thinking, okay, fine. This is Thursday. So she's letting me know that she's in the land so I can shout out because it's Agricultural Thursday. And then she says, you know what I'm doing? I'm like, no, I don't know. She said, well, I'm picking peas. I'm like, what? She says, yeah, I'm picking peas. I'm like, wow. She says, yeah. So you will get your first share. No, she didn't say first share. She said you will get some tomorrow. But I ain't saying first share we ate. Well, what? So I can't say first share then. Anyway, she said you'll get some peas tomorrow, God's will. That was that was the sweetest thing I've ever heard in a long time. Some people don't like soup. I love soup. I can have soup Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the day, Monday. Yeah, that is 3 days after Sunday, Monday. More peas. I love soup, especially pea soup. Oh my God. You have no idea. So I say special thank you to Faithlin. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm looking forward to that peas. And yeah, those of you who have peas also, yes, I love peas. You can organize and send me some. Yeah, you can send me some.
Number one.
Come on. The guy just love it. You can. So you're gonna hate a guy for loving the peas?
Yes.
Oh, he said yes. Oh no, did he say that?
He's the number one.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Carol. Kupidi Martin, get rest. Listen, Carol. Beyond.
Oh yes.
Today is Agricultural Thursday.
It's the number.
And I thank you so very much for locking on already. Those of you on the YouTube channel, top of the morning to you. Those listening to terrestrial radio, morning. And to my good friend Joe, I'm still waiting on Joe to call. Joe, what's up with you? No credit in your phone, bro?
Get polished.
I know you got internet at home. Come on, Joe. You can do better than that.
You want to structure the plan. Well, from to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So FastPay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. So FastPay, so FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and new, spacious, convenient, and modern facilities on Seton Brown Street in Grenville and Grand Anse. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the Credit Union of Grenville, your financial security is guaranteed.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive. Color by Sissy. Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color. Color by Sissy. Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression. Color by Sissy. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
I'm back and I got all the chicken for the barbecue.
Excellent Farms chicken? Look how fresh and clean.
Yes, hon, check the label. No steroids, hormones or preservatives. And it's 100% local.
What? No chemicals? So you mean Excellent Farms chicken is safe, nutritious and natural with farm-to-table freshness?
Exactly. Finally, we can enjoy quality poultry. And you should see how state-of-the-art and sanitized the farm is. Plus, it's environmentally friendly.
You serious? And like they have everything from whole chicken to liver, gizzard, feet and more?
Correct. Now you hurry and start the seasoning up.
Excellent Farms, my safe and healthy choice. For wholesale and retail inquiries, call 444-3303.
Wait, I cooking all this chicken?
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man jacked this and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You put me through with goals, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you know is them computers. We used to ship plenty nectars all the way down to Trinidad during the revolution. We used to use up all the food that we had. When the cocoa, nutmeg and banana was at the high.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
In Grenada, we supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive. Color by Sissy. Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of colors. Color by Sissy. Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and new, spacious, convenient, and modern facilities on Seton Brown Street in Grenville and Grand Anse. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the Credit Union of Grenville, your financial security is guaranteed.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
Yes. Agriculture.
Yeah, agriculture, definitely. It's 7:45, and I have not heard from my first guest as yet.
Yes.
That's not good.
Agriculture.
Because he's supposed to be here talking agriculture. And I got in rather a little bit earlier than normal this morning. I got in, had all the microphones checked out the headphones, had to bring in another pair of headphones inside of the studio, all this kind of thing. You know, I just hate when these things happen. I really and truly hate. You see, because when these things happen, then I have to do so and shoot out in another direction. And sometimes it's not very pleasant. Yeah, it's not very pleasant to some people. Yeah, that is not very pleasant to some people. So, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh. Okay. Good morning again to you. Yeah, why am I coughing? I'm wearing a shirt that I don't like this morning, but see, I run out of shirts sometimes, so I'm wearing a shirt that I don't really like this morning. But I'm comfortable in it. It's clean and I did iron it, yeah, but it doesn't mean I like it, yeah. But I'm wearing it anyway. So I'm gonna wait until the guests arrive. I expect them to message me shortly to say that they're at the door and stuff like that. Dalton, good morning. Dalton is not going to be here this morning, but he's already reached out to me. So good morning to you, Dalton. Here's hoping that you have a wonderful day, my brother. Francis Pierre. He usually reach out to me at about 4:30, between 3 and 4:30 every morning. he has these let me play this thing to you, a little bit of it, yeah, because it's long. But let me play what Francis sends out every morning. Listen to this.
Good day and peace be with you all. Thursday of the second week in Ordinary Time. First reading, Hebrews chapter 7 verses 25 to 8. Verse 6. Jesus is always able to save those who approach God through him.
All right, see? So these things Francis sends out every morning to his contacts. So if you believe that you want that little devotion in the morning, you can reach out to Francis Pear. And I'm sure he'll add you to his list of contacts. And you can, learn a bit and be able to reason a bit better in the morning time. So that's Francis. That's what he does. Me, I get up and when I get up, I flick on the TV because I want to know what happened while I slept. If there was basketball, then I'll be looking at Lakers and see whether they won or lost. They won the last game against the Washington Wizards. Yeah, they won that. And yeah. One of the things though, so until the first guest gets here, because when the first guest gets here, we be talking agriculture. So yesterday, and I'll go deeper with this tomorrow, please God, yeah. But I must touch on it. Yesterday, I got a bit of information. I'm a political junkie. So I got a bit of information which suggested that, as a matter of fact, somebody sent me a story that was written by, let me go and see. Who, I don't think it did not indicate who the story was written by. What it did is that it said that the story was written on the 22nd. Yesterday was the 22nd, correct? And it's produced by Grenadian Life. And the caption on the story is "Mass Resignations Rock NNP St. George's Branch Walks Away." So I'm like, what the heck is this? What's going on here? They already just had the resignation of the MP from NNP. So he's now independent. And now we're having mass. When I hear mass, I'm thinking, yeah, when I hear the word mass, I'm thinking like, wow. And then it goes on to say 17 members of the constituency branch. 17 members of the constituency branch. I don't know. Can somebody please tell me how many polling divisions exist in town of St. George? Because that will give you an idea of how many persons are on the constituency branch. And I tell you this, 17 persons walking away, resigning from the constituency branch. I think that somebody else, some other news agency had it as 17 members of the executive. That's not possible. Oswald Gilbert, are you still on the executive, Oswald Gilbert? I don't know, but I don't think Oswald will resign. We'll find that out. I'll try to see if I can have Oswald as a guest tomorrow, God's will. But 17 persons walking with Charles Peter David, that is not a lot. Honestly, that is not a lot. 17 persons deciding that they're going to resign from the constituency branch, that is not a lot. Why do I say that? Well, I'm sure that more than 17 persons moved from the NDC to the NNP together with Peter David. I'm sure more than 17 moved. But guess what? Only 17 decided that they're going to go back with him. The question, though, is, can we check to see whether or not these 17, because they're supposed to have signed a letter, can we check to see whether or not these 17, I'm going to try to get a copy of that letter today. Trust me. Madame Pierre, I'm coming to ask you for a copy of that letter. I don't know if the executive would do so and say, yes, give Andrea a copy of the letter, but I'd love to have a copy of the letter because I love to know the names. Yeah, I'd love to know the names. Not to berate, not to bad beat them. No. But you need to check the names and to see whether or not these 17 persons, were they card-bearing members? Were they persons who were up to the time in relation to their dues with the party? All these things you have to look at. Not just do so and jump with the thing and say, oh, 17 gone. Psh. And interesting that the number is 17. You know, after Phyllis Cord was granted a pardon, it was Bernard and the 17, was it? Or the 17 or something like that? Or was Phyllis included in the 17? Why is 17 a number? So it's kind of like, here's what I believe. I believe that there is a ploy. And you probably say, well, Andre, you're talking politics and it's agriculture. I don't have a guest with me. As soon as the guest comes, topic change. But I honestly believe, I'm telling you, I believe that there's a ploy. There's a plot. Yeah, somebody's saying, sure yourself. No, I'm not sure myself until my guests get here. But I believe that there is a ploy, a plot. Because the story that I spoke about that I saw from Grenadian Live, that story also spoke of more resignations to come and identified St. Andrew and guess where? St. Patrick for more resignations to come. Angel, good morning. How you doing? Good. Angel, I have to give you a call today, girl. Yeah, I really do. So listen to this. I believe that the ploy is to put all these things so that it will show that NNP is losing ground and people are resigning, yada, yada, yada. And I'm making a special call. I am making a special call to the political leader of the New National Party, Mrs. Emmeline Pierre. We have to find a way to beat back that. That's not a simple thing. That is a serious ploy. That's the first coming out of Thomas and George. There will be other places, as they indicated in that news story. There will be other places where they will attempt to show that persons are resigning from the party. That's what the thing will show, you know. That's what they want the thing to show. And that is not good. Right. Good morning, Linda Stricker. How you doing, girlfriend? No, Linda always keeps me on my toes. Morning. How you doing, dear heart? Now, I said to you that 17 in that grouping that resigned from the NNP. And it's interesting. I don't know why the number 17 keep coming around. I must play 17. 17 is what? Rat, cat, mule, or pig? I don't know. But 17 was the number incarcerated together with Bernard Code. So here we go, 17 again. 17 again. Okay, come on, be careful with this thing. Don't let this number, this 17 number thing like that. Now, we gonna talk more about this thing tomorrow. I just wanted to do something, whet your appetite a little bit, yeah? But we will speak more about this tomorrow, God's will. We will speak more about this in relation to what I started speaking about, the 17 resignation. And really and truly, I told you before that it is a ploy to show hemorrhaging, people hemorrhaging from the NNP. That is what I believe it is all about, because the story indicated that there more to come from St. Patrick and more to come from St. Andrew. Pay attention, as my good comedian friend said. Pay attention now. Pay attention to what's happening. This is Real 91.9. Stay with us.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one. Yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Japanese and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the old thing flap. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You put me through with a goes. And they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissy.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of colors.
Color by Sissy.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself, a taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Classic Furniture. Our items are made from the best local wood available on island. Our products are made with love, care, and the experience we have gained over the years. Why do you even contemplate using substandard furniture, which is imported, when you can get the best made right here in Grenada? Our factory is located in the cultural village of Chantimel and our showroom on Ben Jones Street, St. Andrew. We are also noted for refurbishing that piece of furniture to its initial look. When looking for quality furniture, there's only one place to look, and that's Classic Furniture, where we take care of your needs with utmost care. So give us a call today and put your furniture woes to rest. Classic Furniture, where love and luxury is combined to provide the ultimate satisfaction. Call us today on 442-4645. Classic Furniture.
I'm back, and I got all the chicken for the barbecue.
Excellent Farms chicken. Look how fresh and clean.
Yes, Hunt, check the label. No steroids, hormones, or preservatives. And it's 100% local.
What? No chemicals? So you mean Excellent Farms chicken is safe, nutritious, and natural with farm-to-table freshness?
Exactly. Finally, we could enjoy quality poultry. And you should see how state-of-the-art and sanitized the farm is. Plus, it's environmentally friendly.
You serious? And like they have everything from whole chicken to liver, gizzard, feet, and more?
Correct. Now you hurry and start the seasoning up.
Excellent Farms, my safe and healthy choice. For wholesale and retail inquiries, call 444-3303.
Wait, I cooking all this chicken?
So fast pay on you an easy way to pay. So fast pay. So fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So fast pay. 2 minutes and you're on your way. So fast pay. So fast pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself, a taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan Well, from the to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack is and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You put me through with a clothes. And they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers. All you go with them computers. Lord. We used to ship 20 hectares all the way down to Trinidad. During the revolution, we used to use up all the food that we had. When we could do nutmeg and banana was at the highest level.
This is real. This is 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD. My name, Andre Donald, and of course, with you for yet another Thursday morning. And it's a Thursday morning with a difference. Because as I said to you that what we're going to do is that we are going to try to ensure that the Thursday mornings are really and truly built on something different, on ensuring that the farmers get the most out of this. Yes, there will be mainstream politics that will go through it from time to time, and I don't think we can stop that. But when the Thursday was created, this program was created for Thursday. It was created to do the best for farmers, to ensure that farmers got information and farmers were able to understand the information they got and were able to use it to the best of their ability so as to provide food in greater quantities. And that, of course, will benefit, first and foremost, the consumer, people like me. And secondly, they will be getting monies from me. So it will benefit them so they could do bigger things. They could send their children to school. They can have a good livelihood and so on. And that is what is important about this program. So I brought back, as I did indicate, I was going to bring back Brother Joshua, who was here with us last week, and he spoke quite a lot about the chickens. And going to speak to him again this morning. It's 11 minutes after 8 o'clock. But going to speak to him again this morning. And remember, we're going right up until 10 o'clock with the agricultural program. That is how much Real FM is investing in the agriculture. So instead of 7 to 9, we're going 7 to 10 with agriculture. Because this is how much we believe in agriculture, and we believe that we are able to feed ourselves. And once we're able to feed ourselves, that's the most important thing. Because if you're waiting on somebody to feed you, that's it. They control every single thing about you. Joshua, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Well, Andre, it's nice to be back here this morning.
Nice to have you back here.
Thank you.
How's the week going so far?
The week's going good. It's a mixture. As the Cubans say, not a day without the struggle.
Oh, the Cubans said that? I thought I heard that long before I heard the name Cuba.
Yeah. Well, it's my Cuban friends I normally hear it from.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have you in the studios once again.
Mm-hmm.
And last time you were here, we spoke about the whole aspect of chickens
Mhm.
and what was happening with the feed. Has anything changed since in relation to the feed?
Not that I've heard. The leaders in terms of that have been away for a little while.
Okay. How soon do you expect us, and I have to say us because it's
Mhm.
something that affects all of us, how soon do you expect us to start really and truly changing this thing as it relates to the feed?
The feed, I would say another 3 months. We're looking at. I saw some documents recently looking at restructuring the livestock industry from top to bottom. So I know the ministry is working on that with a view to getting it agreed and implemented. So things are happening a little bit behind the scene.
I don't like to hear that.
You don't like to hear that.
You see, and I'll tell you why I don't like to hear it.
Mhm.
And the public servants are going to do something, go up in arms against me for saying it. But when something has to go through the public service,
Mhm.
you know, Joshua, it takes ages.
Yeah, without a doubt, it takes too long in terms of development, in terms of Grenada and plans. We're always at the end of the cycle, and we start arguing about the money's going to go back to the World Bank because we haven't done this or we haven't done that. So I'm aware of that delay and delay that happens.
So what are we going to do about it? What can we do? Nothing but just sit and wait.
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
I tend to advocate weekly in terms of agriculture with the ministry. I give input. I also encourage and give my views as well. But I think what you say in terms of what we're going to do, are we going to just wait? I think that poses a bigger question, Andre, that is often on my mind. And the bigger question that's often on my mind is that we appear to be operating in a system that's not really designed for us to progress. And I want to break that down a little bit. What I mean by that is that we're basically an extraction economy. And what I mean by that is that our job really in Grenada or the Caribbean as a whole is to provide cheap material for the Europeans or British to do secondary processing, etc. So essentially, our design is to sell cocoa, for example. Just an example, I don't know the price of cocoa now. Say $3 a pound, and then import half a pound back at $10 a pound. So straight away with that model, we're on the defensive. We're creating deficits straight away. The second thing that we're supposed to be doing is technology that the so-called first world no longer needs is to dump it on us and for it to kind of work for a little while and break down. Now, we have recently where we've been told the way forward is tourism. So tourism gives us jobs, and quite often the pay is not great. 85% of the income from tourism is extracted away. So we work in a model that I don't think really works for us. So what I would like to see in terms of agriculture is a plan for agriculture, starting with food security and working towards food sovereignty. Because I think we have the government estate, and sometimes, you'll hear our leaders saying, oh, we don't have the resources in terms of what we want to do, the human capacity, etc. And what I would suggest is that we have joint venture with countries that really want to help us develop in terms of whether it's manufacturing, whether it's agriculture. But I'm on agriculture this morning. So we do this joint venture. I know China is famous for doing joint ventures with the developing world. And I heard over the news that Grenada has signed an MOU to do with agriculture. And I hope we can use that MOU for meaningful agriculture, because what we need in terms of agriculture is the mechanization. That's the first thing. We need the secondary processing, and we need that mass scale in terms of agriculture. So we have this government.
Well, hold on. When you talk mechanization, there's a word that I believe is missing there, and it has to be specialized mechanization, because of the topography of our island, but that alone speaks to are we going to get power tillers? Are we going to have tillers that come behind a tractor? All these things have to be taken into consideration. It's not just saying, okay, fine, we need to do mechanization. And how are we going to do it? Are we going to have these machines dedicated to a special zone in the island? All these things have to be taken into consideration. So we can't just do something and say, oh, well, we need to have mechanization. No. Because if you have it based in Maribor, and there 4 farmers, and 3 of the farmers is in St. Andrew, and 1 is in St. John. The 3 farmers in St. Andrew, they're going to get service first. It's just a natural thing, and I don't hold this against anybody, but that is what is going to happen. So we have to look.
So I hear your pragmatics, and these are about implementation. But when you look at the Granby estate, that estate is flat. There's no mountain on the estate.
But that's only one.
But we have to, start with one as a pilot project. So there might be about 200 plus acres on there. So we do the pilot and learn from that, and then go on to the next. Because there are states where they are, the government, there are states, they're not that challenging. They are challenging. And obviously the technical people will see to the technical issues that has to be overcome. The second thing that I see, is we have the land that Kenco leased out. And it appears, I don't know much about what's happening with the Kenco, but a little I know it's as those land are no longer in operation for cane. And
that is not true. The lands are still covered with cane.
I know they are, but Kenco still exists in terms of cutting and then taking to the factory, etc., and extracting.
You live in St. Andrew, you can tell me that.
Well, I haven't seen the cane and being cut, and I've seen them overgrown. So I assume, and people excuse me, I assume that that Kenco is no longer in existence. I know Renegade Rum, the distilling factory, is supposed to be in operation still. But I don't know. But say Kenco, the lands that was listed, is no longer in use for Kenco, and it has to be utilized. And all those lands that have been leased, they're good lands, relatively flat lands. We can look at doing this similar project with Kenco, and have these people produce food, providing the mechanization in terms of the land, so that the preparation is done. It's easy work, and then we work with them to plant different crops in different area, etc. And we utilize the land. We work towards that food sovereignty, um, edging towards food security, and we're doing something in terms of trying to move the island forward using the government estate to begin with, just maybe one. And we're using the Kenco land that I see covered in cane, and it's as though it's not being utilized or cut because I don't see staff around anymore. So I think BJ, who had a connection, a stronger connection with Kenco, when he comes in, he'll probably be able to correct us in terms of what's going on with Kenco. But I think in terms of moving forward, as they say, whatever man does first, it has to be thought through in his brain. Before we went to the moon, it was somebody's idea conceived. So what we have to do is, as you said, Andre, in the introduction, we can't be waiting for somebody to come along to solve our problem, and we can't have that attitude that somebody knows better than us. I mean, the way that things work in life, you have a concept, an idea, you try it, it doesn't really work, you refine it, you make it work, and you keep going until you perfect it. So I think, we're in a situation where...
I like, hold on, stop right there. I like that comment. We have something, we tried, we it doesn't work, we try to perfect it, we try it again until we get it perfected. I've got my good friend, Dr. Entwine, and I'd like him to come into the conversation on that note. Doc, good morning to you, and how are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Andre. I'm fine, thank you. Just had a little difficulty reaching you there. Any case, good morning, Joshua.
It's just that I'm hearing a bit of an echo. I wonder.
Let me turn on my radio. Sorry, my apologies.
Yeah, your radio may be the problem there. Yes, I was hearing a bit of an echo right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're waiting for Dr. Entwine. I love for him to come in on that one, on that note. I like your jersey, Dr. Entwine. What's on your jersey right there?
It's a Malcolm X image.
Malcolm X image. Well, he's from your village, isn't he? His lineage is from your village, right?
Yes, right next door to our factory there.
Oh, okay, great. Now, did you hear what Joshua just said?
Yes, I fully.
That's how I want you to come in.
I'm fully familiar with the principle of reiteration. In other words, that's what research is about. Mm-hmm. Research is about searching again and again and again until you come up with the answer, right? Which is what Joshua is saying in essence. Try something once, it doesn't work, you go back, you adjust one factor of it. Mm-hmm. You try it again, it doesn't work, you try another factor, or you modify that first factor until you get it to work. And so in essence, that's how discoveries are made.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The process of reiteration,
Yeah. And Doc, good morning to you. The worry for me, Doc, is that we always seem to be waiting for somebody to do things for us. And I think unless we start and we try, 50 years later, we're still at the starting block because we don't have the courage to start and try and make mistakes, because part of learning is making mistakes.
As I say, mistakes are an essentiality of success.
Yeah.
So the being risk averse is one reason, or fear is the major reason why we tend not to take risks.
Yeah.
But risk is essential if you want to achieve success. That's why they say high risks, high rewards,
Yeah.
But the point is, though, that we have a poor culture of lack of in not being curious enough, not being inquisitive enough, not wanting to try new things, or even when we try new things, we tend to have a tendency not to pursue or persist with the new ideas, We're risk averse, too risk averse.
Yeah, and I agree with you in terms of that, but we can beat that, and I'll tell you how in a minute. But I just want to give an illustration. I looked at the first Rolls Royce that was made in terms of Britain, and I look at the Rolls Royce today. It's a totally different beast in terms of evolution, development, etc. And what I want to encourage is for people to start, and people not to be daunted by criticism, etc. We must start with 50 years into independence, going into 51 51st. And one of the things that somebody told me yesterday, I was talking to, I don't think he would mind me calling his name. I was talking to Percy Clouden, who used to be part of the CBI, and I was trying to kind of get some research about CBI. And what he said to me was, Josh, we going into the 51st year of independence, and there's 8,000 people in Grenada without indoor toilets. And I said, oh God, I didn't know, And he said, we have to have a planned economy, especially around food security, and especially looking at the needs of our people, and working diligently year by year to reduce that number in terms of people in need until we get to zero. I remember being in the UK once, and the head of British Rail, there was about 6 people who were killed on the railway tracks. And he said to the British nation, well, last year it was 8, and this year, it's 6. So next year we could get it down to about 4. The next day he was fired, because the answer was, the death rate had to be 0. And unless it's 0, it's not acceptable.
Hello?
Oh, you wanted me to comment on that?
Well, yeah, because you two are going fine along with your conversation, and I didn't want to interrupt you, but I'm going to take a quick break, Dr. Entwine.
Yes.
I'll take a quick break, and when I come back, I'm going to bring Brother Bertrand John. I'm not going to call him BJ anymore. I'm just going to call him Brother Bertrand John, or Mr. Bertrand John.
Oh, Brother
Bertrand John.
Comrade Bertrand John. Yeah. It's high time people know his name.
Yeah.
They have to know his name, Bertrand John. So we're going to be back shortly. This is Real 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So fast pay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. So fast pay, so fast pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Broadcasting from studios located Main Street, Satyrs, inside a beautiful historical St. Patrick. My name is Andre Donald. And of course, with me is Joshua Lewis and Bertrand John. On the line is, on our StreamYard connection is Dr. Entwine. Our next person who is a frequent guest here, BJ, is Dalton Charles, and he's indicated to me that he's back on island but unable to join us this morning. So we're looking forward to having him next Thursday morning, of course. And hence the reason why I was speaking to you guys earlier, friends, that we have lengthened the program. So it doesn't go from 7 to 9 anymore. It goes from 7 to 10 o'clock. And that is very important. It shows our interest in agriculture, contrary to some other people's interest in agriculture. Minister Chotai, good morning. And let me also say good morning to you again, Joshua, and to Bertrand John. Good morning, Bertrand John.
Morning, Andrew.
How are you, sir?
I am fine. Morning to the listening public. I am warm and easy as always.
Yeah, nice to have you with us once again.
Nice to see you and to be that close up to you as always.
I don't like this shirt today, BJ. I don't know.
No, it's a nice passive shirt.
It's too passive. It's not mean.
No, it's neutral.
Yes, that's what
That's
I thought.
not mean. I'm not that mid. No. That's not me.
I actually like that shirt because you can pass somewhere and nobody would notice you.
That's not me. I love to be noticed. I love to be noticed, and you know that. And my good friend, Dr. Entwine, who I'm going to add up now. Well, you see, he's smiling already. He knows that's not me. Good morning again, Doctor.
Have to be seen.
Yeah. Come on, you can't do stand up, be walking about and not be seen. Are you crazy? No. What do you say, Doc?
That's exactly what I want. Yes.
Hold on. Let me get you. What are you saying? I didn't hear that. What? No, we didn't hear you. What did you say?
I said you need to be seen when you walk around, you know.
Of course you need to be seen. You need to be noticed. Come on, don't let anybody fool you to think, well, you don't have to be seen. Joke. Yeah. You have to be seen. You have to be noticed, or everybody would take you for granted then. Yeah. But the conversation was settling around the development of agriculture, and I really want us to have soul-searching conversations. And this is not. We're not spring chickens, and this is not the beginning of this program. BJ has been in this program now more than 5 years. Yeah. You have visited us before, Joshua.
I used to be regular.
Right, and Dr. Entwine is a regular now on the program. Mm-hmm. So the program has some clout, if I will say it that way. The only thing is that this present administration, they choose not to be a part. However, the first Minister for Agriculture was a guest for a period on this program via the phone.
Yeah.
And the the invitation is still with them to join us if they so do like to join us on this program at any time. But one of the things you wanted to speak about, Joshua, and I want us to go into it because we'll go into other things this morning. But one of the things that you wanted to speak about, and I believe that you would have done some research, and Dr. Antoine, I want you to follow exactly in the path of what Joshua is saying. And BJ, I want you to listen to what Joshua is saying. Joshua, you wanted to speak to us about the importation of the animals. I know you wanted to speak about that. What have you to say? And I'm not going to point you in any direction. What have you to say about that eventuality?
Yeah. Okay. Last week when I was here, we started briefly talking about the importation of the animals, and it's all males that were imported. So what I did, I made a phone call to the ministry sometime last week to see if all these things were true, only male that's imported, and the farmers who are receiving them don't have adequate pens, etc. And what they said to me was this: the issue that they were trying to resolve is this: the genetic stock that the farmer have been complaining about is that they don't have the money to bring in the genetic stock on their own, and it would cost quite a lot. So in collaboration with the farmers, they decided to do the importation and to do the breeding for farmers. So they have males and they have females. And there's also the service they were telling me whereby you bring your female to them, or they have about 3 different points around the island. And the female could get service. So that was the point, really.
Hold on, stop right here. They said that to you.
Yeah.
But there was a different message going around, and BJ could probably help me here. There was a different message going around, which was that these animals will be in quarantine for approximately 6 weeks, and that there were 75 farmers that they will be distributed to.
Yeah. The quarantine.
So what is this?
Yeah, the quarantine is real for 6 weeks.
No, we ain't talking about the quarantine. There are 75 farmers. That's what they said. And now they're saying that, hey, hold on, no, you bring your female and it will be.
Yeah. Well, it's a mixture. Some
Could it
farmers.
be Andre?
Joshua.
Could it be Andre? Could it be Andre that they heard your advice from BJ last week?
No, it's just a situation where the goalpost just continues to be shifted, right, BJ?
Well, no, they could have heard BJ's advice last week and decide, okay, let's do something different. And so, in other words, if that's true, then it's quite possible your program is having some significant effect.
Because it was said that they had 75 farmers across the country, and I was wondering, well, 75 farmers. Is it going to be farmers getting goats alone, sheep alone, pigs alone? But what's the scope?
Yeah, or males alone, etc. So this program,
that is why, please, because they can give you information like that, Brother Joshua. You have my permission to invite them to this program, and they don't have to come here. They can sit in their offices like Dr. Antoine is doing now. They can sit in their offices or sit in their homes if they're working from home, or they can be on the site where the animals are located if they have internet there, and they can be a part of this program, and they can tell the nation exactly how this is being dealt with and stop pussyfooting around.
Yeah, I think that would be good. That you work for the nation. The nation needs to know what's going on, and there's too much secrecy that appears like 007 kind of approach. I mean, And sometimes
I'm born, James Bond.
and sometimes it's the same with the politician. You know, campaign, you see them, you talk with them, you drink with them, and then, you know, election finish, and you can't get them to have a dialogue about things or find out how things are going. It's almost, we become like the Soviet Union. There's no information being passed forth, and I don't blame people for sometimes making it up, but I tend to, because I sometimes talk on the radio, I tend to try and talk to them first before I go on the radio. So, yeah.
But you see, there's somebody online. Now, let's take this caller. Pleasant morning.
Good morning to you all, gentlemen.
Again, and please speak up. Yes, sir?
Yes, say good morning to you all, gentlemen.
Yes, good
morning.
Very nice conversation. Let me first say that when Mr. Joshua started up, I thought he was going a very good way. I tend to satisfy with it. Lots of the things you say. But my major problem is there. Have we been doing, or have the ministry been doing feasibility study? For instance, you're talking about lands for agriculture. But we hear the estates are cutting up. Dumb farming cut up. Dumb farming will be used for more housing. Again, you're talking about Granba. Granba, they had so much different plans for Granba. As one it would have been for marijuana. As one it would have been a model farm. No, we hear little or nothing about it. You have points, not points in them, Mongrel. And other government estates, you have them in St. Andrews, Bellevue Estate, one of the biggest nutmeg estates. Where is the future? If we keep on just chopping those estates, chopping those big parcels of land, and at the same time we're looking for help from outside to put in farm roads, or what we call feeder roads, what will happen? We must have a straight plan as to what amount of acres you want to see, where, and for what. Otherwise, we're killing the agriculture. We're not growing agriculture. We're killing it because you can't tell what. Okay, 30 acres of land going in dumb farming while it is private land going into thing. Now we hear the same people in dumb farming now asking for an additional playing field. So which one we really want? Oh, lands for agriculture, lands for development, lands for housing, or playing field and whatnot. We're not certain. Then we hear different models of house going where. So we have to have a straight plan from government as to where we're going and what we do, which are the lands. If you're not encouraging, if you're going to be encouraging other farmers like that have estates, like you have Douglasland Estate, over 600 acres. You have the Postal Estate, over 600 acres, 400 odd acres.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What is the message being sent to those people to develop their farms? You have Black Bay Estate, 92 acres of land. Nothing is being done very seriously. And it is owned by a foreigner. So we have to have principle and programs to tell people, okay, you can buy that amount of land, but this is what you can do with that land. This is what you can do with this land. Otherwise, I
want to say something here, Clifford, and it has to do with the usage of lands. And one of the biggest problems I find is that whenever you, plain frank and simple, Clifford, you just mentioned that the people in Dunfermline talking about a playing field. And I'm like, but there is already a playing field in the Dunfermline area.
Exactly.
So what do you want another playing field to do? And outside of the playing field in Dunfermline, there's a playing field 2 steps away in Pearls. So why do you need another? Hold on, Joshua, I'm coming to you. Why would you need another playing field? This is a train of thought that nobody has to entertain. But before we not entertain it, what has to be done is there need to be a certain level of education of the people. Your guy, Clifford, I'm coming home to you now. Your guy in Donald Pierre used to be training in St. George's and then running from Queen's Park to go off after training. So that is how far he had to go for training. But it looks like now that everybody wants their own private playing field just outside their home.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't make sense. And the authorities, they need to educate and say, hey, yes, while with any community, we must, and we're developing, we must give them places to recreate. But food and housing, I dare say, and I could be wrong. You have 1, 2, 3 guys here, and you, Clifford. 4, food and housing, I dare say, comes before a playing field.
Since this government came in, there have not been feeder road development to any great extent. And a lot of feeder road was done in different places. Have we seen the agriculture move? So this smart people and intelligent people like Mr. Joshua, BJ, and Mr. Antoine, you all should take the lead and speak to the politicians and whatnot. I too stupid to speak to them.
Exactly, we too stupid for that.
Right, but we have people that have sense who could make an impact. We should be seeing that, not allow the politicians to just decide what they're doing.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Come on, let us get serious.
Hold on, Clifford. Dr. Antoine wants to say something. Doc?
I think Josh a while ago started the discussion on the need for a plan. And it seems to me, it's evident to me that there is not a serious plan for the agricultural sector. You may not be hearing me because my internet seems to be in trouble, you know.
I'm not hearing Dr. Antoine.
Yeah, but hold there, Clifford. Let him speak and I'll tell you what he says.
Right.
Go on, Doc.
In any case, I think the way the ministry is behaving, they seem to be doing things ad hocly. So instead of having a significant plan, specific objectives, they just do things based on somebody offers you something or somebody comes up with an idea, as opposed to sitting and planning exactly what we have, what we need, and how we could get there. And here is where, according to our guest here, they probably need to engage the minds of people like Bertrand John and Bertrand BJ John and Josh to assist in putting together. Because without a plan, we're going nowhere, you know. And that's exactly where we are. We are going nowhere for the last several years. So how do we move forward? Put together a plan, sit down, put together 6, 7, 8, 10 people, get them to hash out a plan, discuss it, interact with the farmers, and let's move forward. But the planning seems to be the biggest and the hardest work for all of our ministers. Something is not right about that whole situation.
Bertrand?
Andre, I want to take this conversation on a personal level this morning. I've been listening to you and Joshua and Doc, and I'm trying to make sense of it all. And I'm saying to myself that the solution to the problem is simple, but I think people would have to wait a little bit. The solution to the agriculture problem in Grenada, and I'm starting at the top, is next time we have election in Grenada, people should vote for me, the farmers of the country, and the people in my constituency, and make me the Minister of Agriculture. That's the solution to the problem.
That's not a joke, Clifford. Let's hear BJ out.
Yes, the solution to the problem. The solution to the problem has to start at the top. I'm not sure if they have the people with the capacity to do those things there. I've been listening to people's comment, and I'm saying to myself, look at it, Andre. Let me give you an example. You spoke this morning about, different ministers of agriculture are invited to speak on your program, and they never take the opportunity. And I'm saying to myself, Here we are. Joshua just spoke about animals, and you jump in and say, that's the goalpost seems to be changing. And what it is happening? No clear defined policy. So there is even confusion in people's mind. And I'm saying to alleviate those kind of things is very simple. Here are the ministers getting an opportunity to speak on your program. Almost on a weekly basis, if they want to, they can have a slot, 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or whatever. And they're refusing to do things like that. For what? Selfish-minded, frightened, lying too much, don't know what you're about. All those negatives start to come to people's mind, Andre. Well, Andre, the reason why I'm making that statement is that, you see, like, for the past, 10 years I've been on your program every Thursday?
Yeah.
If I am the Minister of Agriculture, I would be on your program every Thursday. And that's something I'll promise the nation.
Something that you will continue.
I will promise the nation that they can reach me as the Minister of Agriculture every Thursday morning on a Real FM program, agriculture program. I wouldn't cease from that because I understand the need and the importance of communicating to the people and ensuring that, you have a clear direction, a defined one, so people don't go outside of it. You don't have no auxiliary information. You can't see this confusion that is existing, Andre. You people don't making sense of it all. Jesus Christ. Andre, that's all I have to say this morning.
All right, hold on. Dr. Twine.
I just endorsed BJ there. So, yes, he has his first vote here. I think he's very right. In the absence of good leadership, you have chaos following. And good leadership would require a serious written plan with some specific objectives, which in essence would be measurable, achievable, reasonable, and timely. In other words, that's a smart plan. But guess what? The guys have failed to sit down and put together a plan in the first few weeks of the administration. And herein we're seeing now the effect of that failure. So everything has been done ad hoc. We still don't have plans for developing the agricultural college in Maribor. We still don't have plans for developing the government-owned farms to make them quote-unquote model farms. We still do not have plans as to how we're going to handle the specific issues facing our farmers on their plots or acres or whatever the case may be. And we still do not have a specific plan for ensuring the national food security program. So how the hell are we going to move forward? We are talking about SDGs. SDGs are not ours, Those were things put together by foreigners who don't care about us. The long and short is we have a foreign syndrome, quote unquote, that's stifling our ability to develop. So here we have intelligent people like BJ, knowledgeable in the area of agriculture, and we fail to make use of it. How could you fail to make use of your best, knowledgeable, skilled, and capable people and want to move forward without making use of their talents and skills and abilities? No, that's a challenge we now face. So, BJ, thanks for offering up yourself.
Joshua.
Welcome.
Joshua?
Yeah.
BJ has made a big statement.
Yeah, BJ has made a big statement, and I do believe that, he would be an excellent minister and advocate for agriculture, and we would certainly see a difference in terms of that. But I want to say to Clifford, it's nice hearing you. I didn't realize it was you who was on the program. You always make a contribution, and I always feel good when I hear you, because you have sustainability, and you've been around for a long time, and sometimes I hear you taking blows, but you still come back. So I'm very glad to hear you, and I wish you a really prosperous new year. Now, advocacy really does work. Now, BJ and I were talking on a program maybe about 6 weeks ago, and we were talking about the need for a recovery plan for Beryl. We were talking about the need for a strategic plan for agriculture. I don't want to advocate myself too much, but I spoke with the ministry and about the need to have a plan because without a plan, any road would do. Um, since that time, I've been told that a strategic plan is likely to be done for the ministry from the Food and Agricultural Organization. I had put together a team of brilliant Grenadian writers who could have written the plan, and but they said that FAO would do it, which will be um, less less costly. And one of the things about the plan, because I advocated a policy for agriculture, a strategic plan for agriculture, and a recovery plan for Barrett. And it was clear to me that none of the plans that needed were being worked on. So I'm very grateful that we're going to have a strategic plan. And one of the advice BJ had given on that program that both myself and him was having a dialogue on is that the plan has to be inclusive, and it has to be inclusive of all political parties, because agriculture cannot be done by one party. Agriculture development is often 50 years, 40 years, 30 years, and then you break it down into 5-year, 3-year cycles. And you cannot change your plans in agriculture just like that because you have a different political party who is now running the show. Not only does it have to be inclusive of all political parties, but it has to be inclusive of the institutions that's in Grenada, because we have to have a buy-in in terms of agriculture. And if we can get agriculture going with a plan and a costing and targets, etc., and outcomes all planned in terms of the strategic plan, this is the first step towards food security, working to food sovereignty. Now, our food import bill at the moment is about what 80% of our food is imported. We have to make a start in terms of reducing that. The other thing that we have to do in terms of one of our biggest costs is energy. We import a lot of petroleum stuff. We have to look at using the natural resources, and we have to think about solar, but think differently. I really believe that it's about time we look at a solar factory for the OECS in Grenada. We can do innovative stuff, we can do creative stuff, and we can do light manufacturing. Dr. Antoine is a testimony in terms of what can be done with the right people. Because if you look at his operation, how he started, I live not too far from him and from his operation. And you see how he started and you see how he evolved. Sometimes when I drive past now, I say, whoa, look at that kind of factory going up there from what it was with a little building. So we have the potential, but Dr. Antoine also talked earlier on about risk averse. Now, those of you who don't fully understand that, let me try and just break it down a little. It really means that, in Grenadian terms, you prefer to have your money under your mattress. So every 10 minutes you could look at it and see that it's still there. You don't want to invest it in a business in case, you lose it. But there's different level of risk. And I know Grenadians tend to be risk averse. So we could look at low level risk in terms of projects that people get into. But I really believe the start for us in terms of Grenada, changing the paradigm, is working towards food security, food sovereignty, and energy sovereignty. We might not fully get there, but it has to be a different approach. There has to be light manufacturing that we advocate, and there has to be incentives for that. Whereby the things we talk about all the time, the money is in secondary processing. Yes, it is, but let's start doing it. So I really want to see us, whether it's the private sector. I don't think government is really designed for innovation and those kinds of stuff. So I'm hoping that the private sector can make some inroads into that.
Well, I'm waiting on your two guys. They're on either side of you to respond. Yes.
I think Josh has some valid points there in terms of the need for leadership from the top. As BJ is saying, the leadership from the top is quintessential in order to ensure some degree of success and development and growth in our agricultural sector. And that seems to be the biggest stumbling block right now. So that every farmer seems to be doing his own thing, which is fine. But even with the government-owned estates, there seems to be nothing going on. So where are we going? Yes, we need some machinery, but the machinery have to be applicable to our terrain in the first instance. Yes, we need to have our own people involved in planning how we develop our agricultural sector. FAO coming in to do, quote unquote, a strategic development plan for our agriculture. Guess what? They come and ask you the questions and then they write it down as if it's theirs, We're going to put the money to BJ and Josh and get the damn thing done. Yeah, and that's the problem we have, the foreign syndrome that we have that stifles our ability to do what is essential for society, for our own people. And until we become people-focused, farmers-focused, until then, the whole idea of our agricultural development will remain in the doldrums.
And I'm wondering how long it would take to get onto this plan and get it done, because it's really needed. It's overdue. I remember in poultry, we needed a poultry policy, and it was clear that people didn't have the appetite for that. So I took it on. At the time I was working with the Poultry Association, and I wrote the plan with the ministry and farmers. And I remember a young lady called Sheena. She was from Satesh. She's away now. And Sheila Belthorn, her name was. And she would come in the evening, and we'll stay until about 7, 8 o'clock. I would be writing, she would be editing, she would be saying, "Oh, Josh, that's not English." and eventually we wrote the plan. And today, the plan has brought in about 60 million of new investment into the country. And one of the first things that was done, in terms of this government, was that they revised the plan, and they're working on an implementation plan in order to implement the whole industry, because there's a lot more work to be done in terms of poultry. But when it's done, we will see the benefits. Those benefits will trickle down, because what I really want to see, and I haven't heard anybody talking about it yet, I want to see the implementation of the satellite farms, whereby these farmers are producing 3,000 or 5,000 birds. When I did the work in terms of sustainability, or being able to kind of use a number to make a living, I got 3,000 birds. So I always say between 3,000 and 5,000. And if you can get that numbers, and you guarantee that your birds will be taken, I think, again, it's another little step, but it's a step in the right direction. So what I'm advocating, or what I'm pushing behind the scene, because I'm not involved in terms of this administration, and I'm not on any of the committees. What I'm advocating is something that they do in India. In India, they have a program, and I'm not advocating the full program, but they tend to pitch it for women. and it's women they pitch in like poultry rearing for. They say that is one of the ways they're alleviating poverty in India, because the women seem to be doing very well in poultry rearing. But what they do with those women, they do the technical bit in terms of training, but they provide a grant of 90% to build the pens. And that is the biggest cost. The other thing, well, most people who know poultry know the major cost, besides the infrastructure, is the feed. And we spoke a little about that before. So I'm advocating that government, maybe, I don't know how much parish we have or whatever, but maybe look at providing 10 pens in every parish, including Carriacou, but Carriacou probably need more. And
Hold on, stop there. 10 pens in every parish?
Yeah, in terms of the grant.
It was it what, 50 homes in every parish? Nothing yet, eh?
50 homes?
Yeah, I'm talking about houses. Was it 50 or 500?
Andre,
Yes,
Andre,
yeah. I love it when you talk.
I can't help this morning but seems to think that some of our technocrats, they are just too hopeful. Wishful thinking can make hopeful want. Andre, let me tell you something, man. That problem can be solved very, very easy. You heard Dr. Antoine said a while ago, yo, you know something, I endorse BJ. You heard what Joshua said, he endorsed me in the most diplomatic of ways. And this is the problem. Sometimes even technocrats, you can have them saying things differently. And sometimes people don't understand those kind of languages. Andre, is a simple, clear, defined process. The only person in this country, I have no doubt about that, and no disrespect to all the other technocrats, the only person in this country who can transform and change the agriculture sector is me, Andre. And my time here is sort of a limited. Hence the reason I'm popping up out of the blues now and say, hang on, guys, let's do this thing.
But hold on. Let me just make sure that you and I understand each other. Make sure you and I understand each other here. Now, I am into a business, right?
I know.
And the business I'm into is advertising.
I know.
And once you start to do your promotion, you realize that there is a cost. Yeah?
And
do you understand that there's a cost? Do you understand
that? There should be a cost.
There should be a cost. There is a cost.
Oh, okay.
So here's what. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be wonderful. Today, you will not be charged.
That's okay.
Any other day, you will receive an invoice.
That's okay.
Yeah. Doc, what do you think? Am I being okay?
I would help you.
Andre, let me tell you this, man. Joshua been on this program for umpteen of years, and you should not allow Joshua any more time to talk about poultry on your program.
Why?
Because Joshua,
I believe in the thing.
Well, Andre can believe in whatever, 1914, Joshua was talking about poultry and how we're going to improve it and what it is we're going to do, and him come back with the same program again, like the reincarnated.
No. They remember that at that time there was, but now there's the poultry farm in Mount Rose. Hold on, BJ. There's the hatcheries at Felix Park, and I believe there's another. There's a hatcheries and farm at Felix Park, and I believe there's another farm being worked on as we speak. So Andre, there has been some progress.
Thanks to you, Andre. That's the problem. That's the point I'm making. There are people, based on their mindset, they think about trivialities like you are mentioning there. One liquor farm up in Montrose and next one in Felix Park. Trivialities, Andre. Hence the reason you need to make me the Minister of Agriculture. Andre, you cannot set up. Andre, there is something they call economies of scale.
There we go. The bad word, Dr. Antoine. Economies of scale.
Economies of scale. And the bigger picture is the macro policy, Andre. Listen to me carefully. First, you have to analyze whether or not it makes sense producing chicken in Grenada. That's the first thing. And if you figure that your plan or whatever policy you have in place at the micro level does not, fit into the bigger plan, like, for example, there is something they call comparative advantage. Andre, if imported chicken is cheaper, don't grow chicken in Grenada. And unless Joshua and the crew and the ministry cannot prove to me from an economic standpoint that it makes sense growing chicken locally, then don't grow it and don't come on my program and talk about those things. Here's the reason I'm saying, Andre, you know something, man? I'm not sure where the man and go to school. I'm not sure about, if they understand anything about running country, and you need to listen to me very carefully this morning, Andre. All right? Joshua was just mentioning, if you do things in a particular way, you're more or less certain about the result. All right? It's impossible to take...
Stop. And you'd understand. I just need to take a break here. I was just messaged and told that I've lost a family member.
Oh, gosh.
It's the number one.
This is Real FM Radio, 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. We'll be right back. I'll just take a quick commercial break, just compose myself, friends, and I'll be right back with you. This is Real FM Radio. Stay with us.
And those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was...
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and new, spacious, convenient, and modern facilities on Seton Brown Street in Grenville and Grand Anse. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the Credit Union of Grenville, your financial security is guaranteed.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Seasons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Seasons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Seasons. Seasons. Express your style with Color by Seasons.
I'm back, and I got all the chicken for the barbecue.
Excellent Farms chicken? Look how fresh and clean.
Yes, Hunt checked the label. No steroids, hormones, or preservatives. And it's 100% local.
What? No chemicals? So you mean Excellent Farms chicken is safe, nutritious, and natural with farm-to-table freshness?
Exactly. Finally, we can enjoy quality poultry. And you should see how state-of-the-art and sanitized the farm is. Plus, it's environmentally friendly.
You serious? And like they have everything from whole chicken to liver, gizzard, feet, and more?
Correct. Now you hurry and start the seasoning up.
Excellent Farms, my safe and healthy choice. For wholesale and retail inquiries, call 444-3303.
Wait, I cooking all this chicken?
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant. providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
In Grenada, we supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Seasons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of colors.
Color by Seasons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Seasons. Seasons. Express your style with Color by Seasons.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5 at www.therealfmgrenada.com. Broadcasting from studios located Main Street, Satires, inside a beautiful historical St. Patrick. And I really don't like to bring you guys into this, meaning I'm not even talking about you in the studio and Dr. Entwine. I'm not even talking about you. I just don't like to bring my listeners into, situation like these. But that one sort of hit me kind of all of a sudden. Although it was common knowledge that she's not doing too well over the past few days. But then when the death hits you, and to realize that person is no more that person, you can't talk to them, you can't say anything to them. That one was kind of very touching. And to those of you probably wondering, well, who? It's a cousin of mine. And to people of Celeste, yeah, good morning to you. You would know her. Her name is Angela. Yeah, guys, remember Bingley? Right, yeah, the sister. As my relatives would put it, cousin Essie daughter. Yeah, as simple as that. She passed away this morning. I just got a message from my big sister in Edmonton, Canada. So those of you who wanted to know, that is what it is. And hey, I could hold it down, you hold it down too, and we good. BJ, back to you.
Andre,
yeah.
I must say my sympathy goes out to you.
I just tell you hold it down, Bridget.
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's the way I'm holding it down.
Yeah, let's roll on to the
because
thing,
you don't
man.
get accustomed with those things. Andre, back to where I was. Where I was, Andre, I was talking about Joshua. Joshua said that if you looked at things, you see that they follow in a pattern. For example, if you do things in a particular way, you expect a particular result. And that is absolutely true. You're more or less almost certain about the result, Yeah. And well, Andre, think about it rationally. If you take a group of people who are failures
Yeah.
and you put them together, what make you think that you're going to get you'll get successful results from them? When all their life you check their background, you check what they would have done. Either they have to look for like a government work, even some of them they have their like a business, it never was successful, whatever. What make we Grenadians, and I also think seriously now, what make we Grenadians think that we can get success out of those things? Constituents, voters in this country, I want us to start thinking wisely. The guidance of your country, the decision making
Remember,
process.
today's your only free day.
That's okay, Andrew. That's what I'm trying to capitalize.
Yeah, capitalize.
The decision makers in your country are the politicians. They set the trends and the patterns. And if you have people who are not trendsetters, how are you expect your country going to, be innovative and evolve and transform? You're kind of delusional with your thoughts. We need to get real. Joshua, I'm going to pass it on to you now.
But before you pass it on to Joshua there, before you pass it on to Joshua, that this whole thing we're talking about, plan. In this plan, yeah, I see things like involving food security programs. If we don't involve food security programs, forget it. A document, such as
strategic plan.
Andre,
strategic plan. If we 400 goats.
Andre, could I just pop in here?
Sure.
I have no doubt in my mind, and you people going to tell me no. I have no doubt in my mind. If you call the Minister of Agriculture right now, and if you call the Prime Minister in this country right now, they will tell you we have a plan.
But yeah,
Andre, plan. You can have many plans if you want. You can have some in your mind. You can have some on paper. Data no nothing. Andre, where are the implementation of whatever plan you're talking about? Andre, sure we work, all of us, all human beings, probably walking around with a plan. Some people are just delusional about life. That's what it is.
Let me bring in Dr. Antoine for a minute here before I bring you back, Josh. Let me bring in Dr. Antoine here for a minute and find out if Dr. Antoine agrees or if he has anything to add to my suggesting, hey, first thing in the plan is food security. Doc?
Yeah, that would be an essentiality in the plan, yes. But there must be a master plan for the overall development of agriculture, period. And in the absence of a plan, what happens is ad hoc decisions being made. And those ad hoc decisions are being reflected in, for example, you bring in 400 goats. What's the details surrounding the use and best use of those 400 goats? The bringing in of a FAO to write a strategic plan and say, Josh,
yeah,
what happened to BJ? They come and ask you questions and BJ questions, and they go write it down and say that's the idea. My point is this: a strategic plan ought to involve making the best use of the talent you have in your society because they know best your conditions.
I agree.
The talent would enable them the knowledge and skills to draft the plan and to go about the implementation, which BJ referred to earlier on. And yes, I remember one time a former Secretary of Agriculture saying that Grenadians are good at writing plans, but implementation is a weakness. Well, he's since disappeared,
Yeah.
But the point is this, he never had a plan designed to enhance and develop agriculture in Grenada. And whatever he did, it was all in his personal interest to get the hell out of here, So the point, at the end of the day, BJ is right. We need good leadership that's capable of sitting down with talented people, skilled people, not being afraid to be interrogated, and putting together a plan within the first 3, 4, 5 weeks of any administration, and using that as a template to move forward. So that, for example, you have your first year of activities, but then within quick succession, you have your 3-year activities, your 5-year activities, and each one has been monitored and each step has been taken care of, or the people responsible have been held accountable. So we have no accountability. We don't have a plan. And all we see is ad hoc decisions and activities occurring, which in essence reflect the absence of a serious, significant agricultural plan for agricultural development in Grenada. And if we continue down that path, after 50 years of doing nothing significant, 50 years of independence, and here we are, 50 years of being independent, and we're still discussing the issue of the need for a plan for developing agriculture, the basis and the major aspect of our foundation of our economy. Now, come on, where are we going?
Well said.
Well, you see, Doc, I even want to take this at another level, How difficult it is to, sit with the different entities and say, hang on, cocoa, we're going to rehabilitate that sector and we're going to plant 500 acres of cocoa. This is where the money coming from. We're going to do it over a 2-year period or a 3-year period. This is the people who we're going to target, and this is how we're going to do the job. How difficult it is to do those things. This is a very simple 1 or 2 page submit, and you work with it. How difficult it is to do that. Let me tell you people something, man. What we have in this country is a bunch of talkers. People who say freaky things to get vote, people who come tell you lies, people who frighten to talk to you after they get in office, people who doesn't even know where they're going.
You've got a call, you want to take it?
Yes, Andrew. Let's take the call.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, Andre.
Yeah.
And good morning to your esteemed guest.
Good morning.
Listening to this conversation there, and I've been listening from the beginning, I'll tell you something. I always say to you on your station, and generally, we are not short of human resource in terms of doing what we should do, what is necessary to do. We have the brain power here, but you know what we don't have? We do not have the leadership to push the brain power. So we could talk about the Chinese and the Asian people, and they will tell you how they do the things and getting the result that they get there now. But we are sitting waiting on them to help us. We want them to come here and do what we should do for ourselves. Because we do not have the leadership who have an understanding in developing the human resource, except we develop our citizenry on a financial level through sound leadership planning. We will be talking the same talk every day. The problem is leadership. We don't have a specific strategic plan to shift our citizenry from one stage to the next. So we are wasting our human resource, like Mr. Joshua, Dr. Antoine, and BJ. We're wasting these people. And if we are not careful, we're going to have this country sitting, well, not as a lame duck, but not knowing where to go. We're going to put this country in a very serious economic situation if we are not going to wake up and understand that we have to start with leadership, using these resources of the people that you have there in your office to develop our citizenry. We have to shift the economic situation of the entire citizens, not only in agriculture, in all the different areas. We have to have plans with the scientists we have here. We have to know who are there, what are the capability, and give them the resources to transform the space. We must do that very, very urgently. We don't have much time, lest we're all going to regret. It hurts me to know that we have people like this people have in the office there, and we're talking this talk. It's painful. The economy is falling. Our people is gravitating to poverty and abject poverty. And yet we talk the politics, we talk games, we play games. We got to stop this. Have a great day, sir.
You too have a wonderful one. This is Real 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Yes, Dr. Brian?
The caller made a very serious point there. I want to reiterate, the tragedy that's ahead of us if we continue the way we are. And I think we need to stop and take stock of it. It's evident to me that the policymakers that do not pay heed to the voice of the people who would have knowledge and skills to assist and help resolve some of the problems we're facing. And at the core seems to be a leadership with arrogance and the lack of humility to at least sit and listen to its own people, make best use of the ideas and skills and abilities to put together a plan so as to move our country forward together. And so, yes, the caller did make a serious point that we are, in fact, on the verge of disaster, if you may say. But I agree with his points.
Andre, this caller, I listened to him, and what he said is absolutely correct. And I cannot reiterate more that, Andre, leadership is an issue. And I don't want politicians to seem to think that we're getting after them. This is a sector, this is an area that need to be transformed. No work in the rural areas as probably get in the city. And if we have to transform our agriculture sector and it requires some money, how comes we can't find it? Andre, here we are, we acting as though this goat project or whatever animal project, small ruminant project, is our project, That's not our project, World Bank will give us the money. Why we couldn't put up some money as counter fund and say, hang on, you want to give us all male? Let's get another 5 million and say, let's bring in all female. Yes, still your mathematics for house that you say your building doesn't add up. That $5 million extra, you understand, Andre? We're going to build back houses X, Y, and Z. The cost for it, when you work out the mathematics, came up to 10 million. They allocate 15 million. So you have an extra 5. That 5 million that you seems to put up in the air that you can't account for. Then we can take that money and bring in females. And we could have set up, Andre, a breeding center. So when somebody wants to set up a farm, Andre cannot think small. When somebody wants to set up a farm, they can go and buy 100 animal and start. Money should be made available for that after they understand the husbandry, as Doc was saying, a collective approach. They should come out in farm school and they should be trained as to how to do those things. So when they get outside, they can have sustainable development. How hard it is to do those simple things. Brethren, I'm not sure. I don't know what to say, man.
I want to challenge Joshua to bring on forum the Minister of Agriculture and one.
I gave him that. I told him go ahead.
I give him the next 2 weeks to organize that, coordinate it so as to ensure the minister is within the territory and available. Or if he's abroad, we'll have to have him virtually on the.
But we can have him whether or not he's in Grenada, whether or not he's abroad. We can have him virtually.
And then once we do that, we need to get him to agree and go along with the need for putting together a plan, using personnel that are capable of assisting him to move the agricultural sector forward, because our farmers are looking forward to it.
Don't laugh, Joshua. This is very serious.
Yeah, I must say I have no influence whatsoever on NDC or.
No, we're not talking about NDC. Hold on, Joshua. We're not talking about NDC here. We're talking about the Minister for Agriculture. As I see it, the Minister for Agriculture just happens to be an NDC at this time.
Yeah.
So what we want the Minister for Agriculture.
Yeah. You've tasked me with a task, but I have no influence, as I say. But nevertheless, like I always do when people told me I was pie in the sky with the poultry policy, I ignored them and I carried on. In terms of the minister, I will make an approach. I don't know whether it'll be successful, but I will make an approach. But I wanted to go back a little bit. I'm picking up something this morning in terms of what I'm hearing in everybody. And I'm hearing a frustration this morning in terms of the lack of progress in our country. I'm hearing a frustration at the lack of leadership. And I feel it as well, so I pick it up. Because as BJ is indicating, we can do better, Doc is indicating. But I want to talk a little bit about comparative advantage that BJ mentioned before. So if you have a population of 10 million and you have a population of 100,000, I know we have about 110,000 keep it at 100,000. And you're producing chicken straight away with 10 million, your comparative advantage will be greater and your cost of production will probably be less because of the size of your population compared to the 100,000. And then the second thing you have is if that 10 million population poultry industry is subsidized, then they even have a greater advantage than the 100,000 population whose industry is not subsidized. But in terms of development, we have to think different. We have to think, okay, do we subsidize the 100,000 population with subsidy for its poultry industry because the main protein is poultry, or don't we? And if we don't, what are we losing? Are we losing a potential income in terms of money circulation in the rural economy? Are we losing the potential 3,000 or 5,000 jobs that we could create by having an industry? So at the end of the day, it's not pure price. And the little that I know so far, the local producers now prices are comparative with the import prices. And soon, I'm hoping it will be better once we fix that feed issue. So as a small state, we have a lot of disadvantage, but we can't go on the disadvantage. We have to find a way whereby we can exist. We have a right to life. We have a right to food. And whatever we need to do in terms of giving us that kind of competitive edge, we need to do it. And I believe that poultry is the substitute for banana. When we lost banana, I waited for years and years to see what was going to replace banana. I didn't see anything. And when I got involved with poultry, I said, well, poultry is every 6 weeks. Man could have a little money in his pocket. Poultry might not be fully able to compensate, but it could go a little way in terms of compensating.
We've got a caller, Joshua. Let's take the caller. Good morning. Okay, we seem to have lost. It was a caller on the WhatsApp, and people have to understand that when you call, we will answer the phone. The phone will automatically be answered by the system, and then you will be like next in line. So you will be hearing us speaking, and you are there. So all you have to do is to wait. Good morning.
Good morning, Andre.
Good morning. Yes.
I called to tell you, accept my sympathy with the last one you have.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And something I want to talk about the horticulture.
Mhm.
When the people, the farmers do the horticulture and they close the marketing board, and marketing board were used to help them when they make the crop to go and sell. What about the farmer and them now when they can't get place to sell the crop?
That's a very good question. That's a very, very, very good question. Thanks.
Okay,
All
thank you
right,
very
great.
much.
Have a nice day.
Andre, just want to tell Mr. Joshua that there is something they call economics, and it carries laws. It is more or less function by laws, and those laws don't tell lies, and those laws don't carry sympathy with it. And we can start feeling inside differently to how the things supposed to actually go. You cannot base your policies on feelings. It has to be based on what's the reality, what is the fact, what actually existing. And yes, I do understand that. Yes, you want to develop your country, and we all understand that. And there are things, industries that you would want to create movements and activities and stuff like that. But if those economic activities doesn't make economic sense, don't do it.
Got a caller, BJ. Good morning to you on the WhatsApp. How are you? Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, please, dear.
Hello. Yes. I have a train of thought, and I wrote down this little thing. I don't know if I would be invading wrongfully. And good morning to all the misters there who is so valuable, giving us so much of good advice.
Good morning.
DJ, I
Morning.
asking you a question. I don't know if it makes sense. Will you take the job, DJ, as our private agriculture minister? And he,
What's the pay?
and he,
For free.
hold on. I'm serious. I've been listening to this program years. And I'm very unhappy how things have been going. And you, misters around there, can you be his advisors?
If he would have me.
Okay, I'm just asking this question.
No,
We will go along with your idea.
Thank you. We'll talk
BJ, no, he has me
more on
already.
that later.
Yes, we'll talk more on that. Thank you very much for calling. Yes, BJ, and what the lady said is very instrumental, and that is not a local call. That's a call from the United States. Although yes, the person is Grenadian, but it tells you, and it speaks to what you spoke about just now, Joshua, is that you are feeling what feeling?
Yeah.
That's sort of a despair, that's sort of a doubt, and that is not
People
good.
fed up.
People are fed up.
Yeah.
You know, when you have a situation where you into 2.5+ years of an administration, and there has been no pointer as into the direction we are going to go re-agriculture, save and except receiving some funding from the World Bank, buying some animals, and saying, okay, fine, you know what? This is what we're going to do. That is what we're going to do. We had suggestions from BJ last week. Hey, why didn't we buy the sperm? Have it here, bring it here under the proper conditions, and
Use the money to buy female.
Use the money to buy female.
The extra money to buy female.
Artificial insemination. And listen, again, this one falls on the backs of the workers at the Ministry for Agriculture. The first thing you had to do is to do some talk to them, yeah? Because I believe that they're good workers. But I remember a couple of years ago, would have been maybe about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, the Ministry of Agriculture, there was much ado about them doing artificial insemination in pearls.
Yeah, they were doing it.
Yeah, they were doing that. And you know what is interesting? And probably it's us, the media, to be blamed. No one followed that to find out whether or not the first calf that came out was born with 3 legs or was born with 5 legs. No one followed. Okay. And there was no report, as I did not, let me say there was none. I did not see any report coming from the Ministry for Agriculture saying that, hey, the first calf has been born and it is a male, it is a female. And it means, therefore, that we have this sort of a genetic breed now that we can look forward to enhancing further herds with. Nothing.
Andre.
Yeah. Talk to me.
I just want to tell you something.
Tell me in secret. Don't tell anybody else. Yeah.
You're not getting it far in this morning, and I want you to gravitate towards it. If you're breeding 5 cows, artificially, why talk about that? 5 little coin balls them inseminate and they eat all the cord, no have non-existing again. Andre, what you talking about? Andre, that's the point I'm making. Andre, if you want to do this thing, all right, economically, you need 100 goats, you need 75 cows and those things. Andre, there's 2 things around the corner. There's 5 cows. There's going out and inseminate 3 animals around the corner. Oh no, you hear they talking about you have the animal now in central areas, and people have to transport the other animal now to get pregnant and stuff like that. And all those things incur costs, all those things, and sometimes animal just come on hit just for a few days, sometimes the time and all those things. Andre,
BJ.
we need to do better than that. We need to have those things in serious feedlot. We don't have pasture lands in Grenada to mine expanse of animal. Grenada too small. You know something, man? Let me give you a joke. When I was to school in Jamaica, I tell them my country is 120 square miles. But we have a lot of cow, I say, bitch, what are you talking about? 120 square miles. But you could have a lot of cow. You understand what I'm talking about? They say, where are you living? They say, what I'm half of the cow, they only see you what? You understand?
That's serious.
Andre, we have to have them in concentrated areas and have them in feedlots and look at them in a scientific way with you can make your own feed. In fact, the government could have programs, Andre. There is a time when you harvest grass, when it has its maximum, the nutrient content is at its max. You have to time it properly. And Andre, all this grass that we do have on the side of the road, we can have a program, to cut them at a particular time,
and
treat it and dry some of them, and have a massive animal production unit going in Grenada, That is not difficult, It's simple like tomorrow. And Andre, we sit back and we decide to take 5 little animals, start off a man wrong here so you can get the vote next election, take 10, give your friend wrong the corner so he eat half of it, or dogs come and kill the whole lot and you have to start all over again. Andrew, where are we going?
You're missing one.
Tell me.
Eat dogs.
Pretty alasni.
What pretty alasni? Thief. You're calling it nice name. Thief.
Andrew, we need to structure our agriculture sector better than that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Donald, BJ, all the rest of the
Morning.
gentlemen on the panel. Good morning, beautiful program. BJ, you spoke a little while ago concerning certain things. I'm going to need you to call me. I just called you on the program. That call was from me. You're going to call me back as soon as you get a chance. Mr. Donald, you'll get my number from BJ. I have some information for you that I've been trying to get in touch with you to give you. You need to get that number from BJ and call me. It's a big link that you're going to need to carry up them numbers that you're looking for every morning. Beautiful program, but guys, I want you to know one thing, that convenience will be the death of us if we continue to do this talking we doing here.
Goodbye.
Dr. Antoine, you've been silent for quite a period now, sir.
Yes, because I'm still trying to figure out how we can literally shake out of this frustration we are in and get going one way or the other. We keep talking, yes, as the last caller called. At the end of the day, what is necessary is action. My biggest frustration is the fact that whenever you communicate with the people in authority or the policymakers, they are numb to ideas they receive. They're not humble enough to discuss things with you in the first instance. And then when they discuss things with you, it goes through one ear and comes out the other. And so nothing sinks in. And they have their own ideas, their own ambitions, their own plans. But at the end of the day, we as a people are the ones who suffer. We suffer because the people we elect cycle after cycle after cycle literally ignore the needs of our people. And our farmers, for example, are in dire need of guidance, of material assistance, education, and a whole host of other things to ensure that we as a people can produce the food that our country needs, as well as the produce we make to convert into value-added products so that we can export for foreign exchange. And that's the problem we have. We talk, we have great ideas, but the ideas are not reaching the correct people. And when it gets to them, they ignore us. So what do we do henceforth, BJ?
It's a very simple process. Guys, Let's look at all the factors surrounding that thing, or what it is happening now. All right, it's a very simple process. Sometimes we are too hopeful about things. We don't really take it in terms like how they actually exist, because within our mind, that's not what we really want. What needs to be done to solve the existing problem is that all the farmers in Grenada need to start campaigning for me. We have another year or two. This is not plenty time, 24 months. Leaving it up to this government to change the agriculture sector. I'm sure they want to do it, but I'm not sure if they have the ability to do it. I'm not sure if they have the capacity to do it. Based on what it is happening, you can see the line of thought. You can see is the, how I should put it, the quest, all right, the cravings to get back in power is greater than solving the economic problem of our country, solving the agricultural problem of our country. And listen, man, to solve the agricultural problem in our country, you have to do it in an inclusive way. And this government is not about inclusivity. They're about trying to get back in power. So the mindset, the trend, all right, is not going to allow itself to achieve the bigger objective, which is the transformation of the agriculture sector. And that's the bigger picture. But the political adherence, the political quest, the cravings, the want, the ego is too big. You'd have to put aside that in order to achieve the final objective, which is transforming the agriculture sector and making it better for the farmers in our country.
Well said, BJ. And I think I can understand the frustration now, because I sense it a little with you this morning. It's the fact that you know what can be done, and you also know you can do it, and then you're not being allowed to do it. And that is some of the things that really cause frustration. But we need to start with that food security, as both you and Doc have said, because that is the basis for transformation in terms of our island moving forward. And we have what it takes to do it with the land. We need the plan. Now, the frustration is that we're going on to our 51st year in terms of independence, and it doesn't appear as though we're making any inroads. And the criticism that's made, which is we have one little project here, one here, I can understand it, because we could do so much more with a coordinated plan and effort within a couple of years. It's unbelievable. A lot of people are suffering, and I think part of the frustration is knowing that they don't need to, and knowing that there are people who are here on island who are capable, knowing that there's people abroad in the diaspora who just want to come and help. So that's part of the frustration.
I want to hear Doc.
Oh, you want to hear?
Yes.
Doc, you got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes.
My mentor and favorite person.
I wish at the end of today we would get a call from the minister or ministry or the government in general, saying, guys, we want to have a forum with you next week or week after, no later than 2 weeks. And we wanted to devote a day, 2 or 3, to discuss a plan for how we move forward with the agricultural sector. And which at the end of the day, the plan, but implementation as well will be a factor to be discussed. But again, they say if all wishes were horses, all beggars will ride. But I trust we'll ride this time, So I look forward to getting a call from the ministry, the minister, the PM, or whoever it is in government who's in a position to make policies and decisions as regards the way forward for our agricultural sector and our people in this country.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doc. Let's go to you, Joshua. Final words.
Yeah. We could do better. We should be doing better, and we know how to do better. But we have to stop blocking each other and start being inclusive and start the road. The first step is just the most important step. We can't talk and don't take a step.
That's it.
That's it.
Now, Bertrand, I left you for last because this is your last free campaign.
My last week.
As of next week, you pay.
Andre.
Yes.
To solve the agriculture problem, to solve the issue with regard to agriculture, is not a difficult process.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, and I'm also soliciting that the farmers of this country, the people in the constituency, vote for me next election so we can solve the problem together. Because I'm not Donald Trump and I don't want to sound like him.
He's the best president America ever had.
But I can't.
Continue.
But I cannot help saying that the only person in this country to solve the agriculture problem is me. And I don't want to sound like Donald Trump.
But he's the best president. There are only two genders in America. Only two genders.
Only two.
Not me said that. Donald said that. There are only two genders. Male and female. He didn't say anything about. He said there are only two genders in the United States.
You don't have no transgender.
All right. And the other thing is that people saying, "Oh, Donald is going to send back all the immigrants." Mm-hmm. No, they're missing out one word. Illegal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He has said that all the illegal America is made up of immigrants. He's going to do so and deal with the illegal immigrants. So relax all yourself. There are only two genders. there is only one way. There's only one way we can do this thing. There's absolutely just one way we can do this thing. And Dr. Antoine, just like you, I endorse BJ. I endorse BJ. BJ.
And I also endorse Donald Trump. We should only have two genders in Grenada.
I ain't taking part in that one yet. Gentlemen, it was indeed a joy having you here with me this morning. Take care of yourselves. We look forward again. If you've got the internet at your home, Joshua, you need to just let me know and save you the trip coming down so we can all do this. And as I said, the objective is to have the best agricultural program possible in 2025 and to invite as many people, all the technocrats within the Ministry for Agriculture. We need to speak to you. We need to know what you're doing. And if you plan to give the goat in one way and you're going to change, let us know that you're going to change. Joshua, take care. BJ, take care. To every single person who has made the program possible this morning, Dr. Antoine, a very special thank you to you, sir. And here's hoping that you guys will continue to have a wonderful week. Goodbye. God bless you and take care. One love.
Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man, Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget